we both comment almost daily how humbled we are that these little seeds of music are making a big difference in people's lives right now.
Let's have a conversation about stories. There is power in your story, power that can positively impact another person in ways you may never know. At Inspired Woman, the stories people share help change lives every day. I'm Marcy Narum, and this is Inspired Woman Conversations.
Welcome, everyone. My guest today is Beverly Everett. She is the conductor of the Bismarck-Mandan Symphony Orchestra, and I'm pleased to have her here to talk about, I guess, how music is helping some of us get through this time of isolation and quarantine and social distancing. Hi, Beverly.
Hi, Marcy.
So you've been, tell me, I guess, first of all, for those who don't know who you are, because you are quite well known, but for those who maybe are just meeting you for the first time, tell us about yourself.
I'm music director of two orchestras, one here in Bismarck, North Dakota, and one in Bemidji, Minnesota. And in addition to that, I'm an organist, and I get to also teach professor at the University of Mary, where I teach organ.
Okay, and that's how we've been, those who are friends with you on Facebook, we've been getting to enjoy some music in the meantime. Tell me if I'm right on this. You had a concert right before all of this kind of happened in North Dakota, right?
That's correct, yes.
On your birthday, if I remember right.
On my birthday. Seems like the world sort of happened, and that seems like ages ago now. Everything just really started to unfold just a few days after that. We've had to cancel concerts. And so right now we're just trying to create some experiences for our patrons. We hope that by the summer that we're able to get back on our regular schedule, is to reconvene some of those programs, kind of pushing everything up a little bit so we still get to perform that music and with those artists. But for right now, we're trying to find creative ways to share music however we can. And so there's a couple of ways people are doing that, and one is by sending in solo videos, or videos if you're able to work with an accompanist. And another is that some orchestras and choirs are creating cyber ensemble experiences, and it's been kind of exciting to see how creative people are able to be.
Mm-hmm. And you've been doing that with Tanya Mertz.
Yes, Tanya is our principal oboist.
Is it just people who are friends with the two of you on Facebook who can enjoy the music that you've been sharing, or?
That's a really good question. I've been trying to share them also through the orchestra pages. If you're a fan of either the Bismarck or the Bemidji Symphony Orchestras, we both comment almost daily how humbled we are that these little seeds of music are making a big difference in people's lives right now. And so we feel like it's a way to use the musical gifts that God gave to us to try to provide what comfort we can during this time.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing some lighter things too. So like yesterday we recorded Someone to Watch Over Me and posted that today and dedicated that to the healthcare providers. And so it's kind of given me an opportunity to keep programming too, to not just say, oh, let's just do this piece of music, but to really think about, okay, what can we play that's going to touch this person or give something to that person? So it's kind of a combination of classical pieces and popular pieces. And I've also had the opportunity to make music with people from my church, with Jennifer Brown, who's the music director at Corpus Christi. And she has just this week we were given permission to put together a small group of musicians to record the music for Holy Week and Easter. And so to be able to see our fellow musicians and our friends who are having this isolation and to still make music with them, I think I've realized how much I've taken for granted in the past. And it's really made me realize how important this gift is and how important it is to not take those moments for granted and to keep being creative to find ways to share.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say for myself, I really appreciate it. The one that I've listened to over and over again is Gabriels Oboe. And I wondered if it would be okay if we would just pause and let that play so people could enjoy that for a moment.
Absolutely.
Absolutely beautiful and soothing. I think I've listened to it 5 or 6 or 7 times, and just to have it on and close my eyes, and even just to have it on while I'm tidying up my desk or something for the next interview, it's just very calming. Is that one of your favorites?
Thank you. Yes, that's long been one of my favorite. It's from a movie soundtrack called The Mission by Ennio Morricone. We've performed that orchestra as well, and it's kind of a go-to piece for Tanya and for me because of its beauty and its connection. That soothing of the soul is what we're after, to give to people through our music.
Well, mission accomplished. So if people want to join in on the soothing of the soul, they can check out the Bismarck-Mandan Symphony Orchestra Facebook page or the Bemidji Orchestra.
They can, yes, or send me a friend request. And I know it's interesting, since this all happened in the last 3 weeks, I get a lot of friend requests on Facebook, and I think maybe part of that is from the sharing of this music.
there was a post that you shared. You think artists are youth users. Try to spend your quarantine without music, books, poems, movies, and paintings.
A couple of weeks ago, I was reaching out, which I think this is also one of the beautiful things to come out of this, is how it has inspired people just to reach out, to check on people that you haven't heard from, to reconnect with an old friend, to reconnect with family. I reached out to my conducting professor for Baylor, and just to see how he was doing and comment on the downside of having to cancel different concerts and things. And his immediate response to me was, think of how much people are going to need us when we all come out of this. And it really turned around my perspective of realizing, instead of dwelling on a concert that we had to cancel or postpone, to really keep thinking into the future. I've been teaching piano lessons via FaceTime with my nieces in Dallas. And so they're just getting started on their piano lessons, and they're both doing very well. One of them is, as I said, 7, and the other one is 13 going on 14. And so, yeah, we're really enjoying that. That element is made even more special in that both my sister and I each have pianos that belong to our mom in our homes. So when I'm teaching them, the kids are actually playing on my mom's piano in their house, and I'm at another one of her pianos at my house. And so that we just both think that this is a really beautiful way that our mom would be so happy and so excited to see the kids learning. There are so many things that are happening right now, and certainly, not the tragic part of people that are sick or people who are losing their lives or losing their jobs. That we pray for everyone, and we want healing for that. But the other things that are coming out of this, of the family time, the creativity time, the learning the value of rest, and learning the value of doing without. My prayer is when we get back to some new normal, that we don't lose those things, so that we create a balance in our lives, that we can keep these good things that have come out and learn from the bad things, and all move forward in a more wonderful world. That's the piece that I chose. Next week sometime, I hope to launch the Bemidji Symphony's first cyber orchestra attempt. And it's an arrangement of What a Wonderful World. Oh my gosh, that is something to look forward to. And when you mentioned the rest, somebody shared a post on shared one of your posts on her page, and she said, in part in her post sharing one of your songs, listen, rest, know that God has this and you. And I think that's just a beautiful way to sum up what you and Tracy or Tanya are doing. And again, I just want to say thank you, and be well, Beverly. Keep doing what you're doing. You are a blessing. Marcy, and you as well. Thanks.
Keep up with all the Inspired Woman conversations at inspiredwomanonline.com. Subscribe to the Inspired Woman YouTube channel, or follow us on Facebook at Inspired Woman, and on Instagram and Instagram TV at Inspired Woman by Marcy. We'll see you next time for another Inspired Woman conversation.